Most people wait 5 long years before they ever reach out for help with their grief. That is 5 years of carrying a heavy burden in silence, simply because we were never taught how to speak about loss. Here is what nobody tells you about the nature of grief and why understanding it can change how you support yourself. It can also change how you support someone you love through their most difficult and isolating moments. People generally fall into two distinct camps when they experience a significant loss in their lives. First, there are the practical grievers who handle loss efficiently, focusing on tasks and moving forward without lingering. Then, there are the feelers who need to talk, cry, and process their complex emotions out loud to find their way. Neither of these approaches is wrong, as everyone navigates the landscape of loss in their own unique way. The mistake we make is expecting one type of griever to behave exactly like the other. We might judge a practical griever as being cold, or we might label a feeler as being stuck in their pain. Society often treats grief like a scripted TV episode, expecting a clear arc of tragedy, tears, and then resolution. But real, human grief does not work that way at all. It is a messy and deeply non-linear experience. The first 2 years are officially considered early grief, which is a vital window of time. This means that someone who is still struggling months or even a year later is not behind any schedule. They are simply in the middle of a natural, necessary process of healing that cannot be rushed. Look out for what we call grief bursts, which are sudden, intense waves of sadness that hit out of nowhere. These moments can feel overwhelming, but they are a normal part of the landscape of loss. On the flip side, you might experience love bursts, which are unexpected surges of warmth and connection. These moments remind us that the bond we shared with the person we lost remains very much alive. Guilt is often just the mind choosing to feel in control rather than facing the reality of total helplessness. This is why people often fixate on what-ifs after a loss, trying to find a sense of logic in chaos. Denial is not a sign of dysfunction. It is actually the psyche pacing out the pain. It prevents the full weight of the loss from overwhelming you all at once, acting as a protective buffer. Both guilt and denial are protective mechanisms, not signs that you are doing the work of grieving wrong. When you want to help a friend, skip the generic phrase, "Let me know if you need anything." Instead, choose to act with intention and kindness, as small gestures often mean the most. Bring them a meal, handle a specific household task, or simply show up without being asked. Make an effort to show up at the 3-day, 3-week, and 3-month marks after the loss. These are the specific moments when everyone else has usually stopped checking in on the person. Your presence during these quiet, lonely times can be a profound source of comfort. When someone is acting angry rather than crying, try to remember the underlying truth. Anger is often just pain wearing a different face, a shield against feeling vulnerable. Many people feel a deep sense of guilt for laughing or enjoying an ordinary day. They worry that moving forward or finding joy means betraying the person they have lost. But disloyalty does not live in the heart, it is a trick of the mind. Love does not die with the person, it stays with you in everything you do. There is no hidden meaning inside a tragedy itself, as loss is often just painful and random. Meaning comes afterward, in what a person chooses to build from the wreckage of their pain. It is a deliberate decision you make over time, not a discovery you stumble upon. The goal is not getting over it, but eventually being able to remember the person with more love than pain. If this message resonated with you, consider the impact it might have on others. Think of someone you know who is currently carrying a loss quietly and alone. Sharing this with them might provide the validation they have been waiting to hear. Grief is a heavy burden, but it is one that becomes lighter when we share the weight. You do not have to walk this path by yourself, and neither do they. Take a moment to reach out to someone today, even if it is just a simple text. Small acts of connection can bridge the gap between isolation and feeling seen. Remember that your pace is the right pace, regardless of what society expects. Be patient with your own heart as it learns to navigate this new reality. There is strength in acknowledging the pain rather than pushing it away. Allow yourself the grace to feel whatever comes up, whether it is sadness or joy. The memory of your loved one is a treasure that you carry forward into your future. It is okay to have days where you feel stuck and days where you feel lighter. The journey of healing is not a straight line, and that is perfectly okay. Thank you for taking the time to listen and reflect on these difficult truths. If you found this helpful, please subscribe for more discussions on navigating life. We will continue to explore how to support ourselves and each other through change. I will be back with the next video very soon to continue this conversation. Until then, be kind to yourself and keep moving forward at your own pace. You are doing better than you think, and you are never truly alone in this.